Hi everyone! Rox here, and today on Rox Cooking Journal, we're making sans rival. Very challenging siyang gawin. Actually, this is my 5th time na gagawin tong cake recipe na to. Aaminin ko na rin, yung first time ko, it didn't work. Pero I tried making it again the second, third, and fourth. Well, may improvements naman every time na ginagawa ko siya. And hopefully, etong pang 5th, hindi naman ako mapahiya sa inyo. So sa mga beginners na gusto mag-try din gumawa nito, go lang ng go para sabay-sabay tayong matuto. Kung sa first hindi siya nag-work, there will always be next time. And that's for the better. Now let's get started! So first, meron ako ditong sliced bread na pinarapiraso ko na. Pati yung edges niya sinama ko na rin. I-air dry lang muna natin kahit sa ibabaw lang ng table. Tapos i-blender natin kapag gagamitin na later. Now, yung baking pan naman, gagamitin natin para panghulma sa paglalagyan ng meringue. Wala kasi kung sans rival ring. So, yung aluminum foil, sukatin nyo muna ng mas malaki ng konti dito sa cake pan. Tapos, i-press natin sa edges ng pan para bumakat yung shape niya. Ayan, gupitin na natin pero lagyan natin ng allowance. So, for this recipe, kailangan natin ng 4/7" na molde ng sans rival. Okay na to. Kung may spring form pa naman kayo, pwede rin gamitin yan. Nilagyan ko lang din ng aluminum foil yung pinaka-bottom niya. Tapos yung excess ng foil, i-fold nyo na lang sa ilalim niya. Now, i-grease na natin. This is just softened butter and flour. I-mix lang natin to combine. Then, ipang-brush natin sa molte. So, itatabi ko muna yan and let's make the meringue. I have here 4 egg whites separated from the egg yolks. Make sure na malinis yung bowl na paglalagyan ng egg whites at pati na rin yung beater. Make sure din na walang kasamang egg yolks yung egg whites. To make sure na magiging fluffy siya. I-whip natin to medium speed until frothy. Then, lagyan natin ng half a teaspoon of cream of tartar para mas maging stable yung meringue natin. Now, gradually add your sugar in 3 additions. Then, increase din natin to high speed. Once all the sugar had been incorporated, i-whip natin until it reaches stiff peaks. Scrape natin yung bowl to catch any sugar na nakadikit sa gilid nito. Check natin kung stiff na yung peaks niya. Medyo malambot pa. Nakabend pa kasi yung peaks niya. Ayan, okay na. Stiff na siya. I-run lang natin sandali yung beater para maalis yung meringue na nakakapit dito. Now, slowly lift your beater while running. Then, i-turn off na natin. I-fold na natin yung cashew nuts. This is 1/4 cup of cashew beets. I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of breadcrumbs. Ito yung sliced bread na in-air dry natin kanina. Tapos blender ko lang para maging pini yung crumbs niya. I-mix muna natin to. Kung wala kayong breadcrumbs, you can also use 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. Then, i-fold natin gently in 3 additions. Then, ilagay natin sa pastry bag at gumawa na tayo ng sans rival disc. Ito yung bottom ng springform pan. Squeeze natin yung meringue starting at the middle. Then, paikutin natin dito to form a disc. Hindi ko na siya isasagad sa gilid in case mag-spread pa siya ng konti during baking. Pantayin natin yung ibabaw. Ito naman yung ginawa nating molde. So, i-bake natin to in a preheated oven at 140 degrees Celsius for around 50 to 60 minutes or until lightly golden brown. So, habang inaantay natin yan, gawin natin yung frosting. I have here 4 egg yolks and I'm going to add 6 tablespoons of sugar and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Whisk natin to combine all the ingredients. If you want it sweeter, just add more sugar. Then, ilagay natin yung egg mixture sa ibabaw ng simmering water until ma-dissolve yung sugar. Kapag na-dissolve na yung sugar, i-turn off na natin yung heat. Then, i-whip natin to cool down. So, once at room temperature na siya, gradually add your 1 cup softened butter and whip these until creamy. I-chill muna natin sa fridge until we're ready to assemble. So now, nicely golden brown na yung wafer natin. Once na mag-cool down yan, mag-assemble na tayo. Ayan, ready na to. Mag-spread muna tayo ng konting buttercream sa cake board. Then, mag-spread na tayo thinly in between wafer layers. Now, sa ibabaw at sa side ng cake, pwede na nating ilagay lahat ng natirang buttercream. So, lagyan na natin ng nuts sa gilid. This is just coarsely chopped, toasted cashew nuts. Then, yung ibabaw naman. The more nuts, the merrier. I-chill muna natin for around an hour bago natin slice. But because it's someone's birthday tomorrow, i-chill ko siya overnight. So, slice na natin. So, here's our sans rival. Happy birthday to me! Yes, it's my birthday cake. And I'm so proud na nagawa ko siya. Thanks for watching and see you in my next cooking journal.